Good day everyone, this is Ciclan Aguilar from Group 3 and today we will be discussing a Java program made Bingo, which is a game of bingo that can be played on your console. I have 8 presenters here who will explain different aspects of the program, so let's dive in.
First of all, let's take a look at the beginning of the program. Here we have defined 3 variables, a scanner called scan input. The second one is secure random that called RD. And the third one is int or integer called bingo card.
The scanner is used to obtain input from the user. The secure random generates random values, and the integer bingo card is used to hold random values generated.
Moving on, the program then prompts the user to start the game. If the user inputs Y, the program continues, and if the user inputs anything else, the program exits. This ensures that the user is ready to play the game before proceeding.
Using a nested for loop, the program set random values in the array using the secure random object. As you can see, our code is 2 loops. For loop for call bingo means column for our bingo, and this is loop for row bingo, which means row, our row. And then we're using bingo card as a name of identifier in here, and we're using random or secure random with name of identifier RD, and we're randoming number for B with a minimum of 1 and max is to 15, same as at I for I in bingo with a minimum of 16 and the maximum is 30. And for N with a minimum of 31 and max is 45. And for G with a minimum of 46 and maximum is 60, same as I for I with a minimum of 61 and the maximum is 75. In this, what we call it for loop for this code.
Now, let's take a look at the main part of the program, where the bingo card is created. The program creates a 5x5 array called bingo game card to hold the values of the bingo card.
Okay, let's take a look in our code again. The process to get location pattern in bingo card. How we get the patterns in bingo card? First off is we're using row int bingo equals 0, row bingo less than to 5, row bingo plus plus or update. We're using row bingo represent a row, and we use a condition. If not equal game end bingo game card, the location is row bingo to 0. Row bingo to 0 here. This is the row 0 row, and the location of column is 0 index here in green. And then the second location is end bingo card row bingo to 1. The location of row bingo to 1 is here. Row bingo 0 and location of column index is to 1. And then next is bingo game card row bingo, the index of 2, which is here, and row bingo row 0 to column index to 2. Next is bingo game card, row bingo, which is here to G, and then the index, column index to 3, or column size or 3 here, 3. And then bingo game card row bingo, the location of column index is to 4, which is here. So the pattern we made is horizontal. Next is pattern for diagonal. With if condition statement, not equal game, and end game card, the location of the per diagonal is 0 row, 0 column, which is here. 0 column, 0 column, and 0 row. First is row 0, first is column 0. And then the next is bingo game card. The location is, to get our diagonal is, the location is row 1 and column 1, or row index 1 and column index 1, which is here in the I here, the location. And then bingo game card, the location of them is the row index 2 and the column index is 2, which is here in 3, or the location of 3. Next is bingo game card, row index 3 and column index 3, which is here in G, row index 3 and then column index 3. And lastly, the row index 4 and the column index 4, which is here in bottom of O, which is the first is 4 row index and the column is 4 index. Nice. And that's all.
Now, for the other diagonal pattern, which starts from the top right to bottom left. Here, we make an if statement, wherein the condition is not game and bingo game card 0, which is the column, row bingo, which is the row name, equal to 0, and bingo game card 1, which is the column, row bingo, equal to 0, and bingo game card 2, which is the column and row bingo, equal to 0, and bingo game card 3, which is the column number, row bingo, equal to 0, and bingo game card 4, which is the column number, row bingo, equal to 0. That has a statement of game equals true. We also have an if statement for the vertical pattern, wherein not game and bingo game card that has a row 0 column 4 equal to 0, and bingo game card that is a row 1 column 3 equal to 0, and bingo game card that has a row 2 column 2 that labeled as free equal to 0, and bingo game card row 3 column 1 equal to 0, and bingo game card for row 4 column 0 equal to 0, with a statement wherein the game equals true.
To prevent the duplication in the same column, the program will then check if the value has already exists in the column, and then it will generate a new value if necessary. Moreover, the program will set the center value of the array into 0, since this is the free space of a bingo card.
After the bingo card is created, the program moves on the main loop of the game. In this loop, the program generates a random number between 1 and 75, which is the number that has been drawn in the game.
The program checks if the number matches of any of values in the bingo card array. If it does, the value in the array is set to 0 and the program prints an X in the corresponding cell. For this code, we use for loop for columns. Then we also use nested if. Then under the outer if, we have bingo game card, then mark, then column bingo equals bingo card. Then the nested if column bingo equals 0, and that is the B in bingo card. Then next is else if column bingo equals 1, that is the I for bingo card. Then so on, the column bingo 2, column bingo 3, column bingo 4, that is the NGO for bingo card. Then else for mark increment, example for equals 0, add 1, then it will become column bingo equals 1. Then we use if statement again for row bingo equals 2 and col bingo equals 2. That is the location of 3 in the bingo, and we use the boolean in equals false.
If the number does not match any values in the array, the program simply prints the number. So let's take a look in the output of the program. So here, if we put a y, the program starts just like this, and I'm gonna type any button to generate a random number. And that's it. The program stops and we won. We won horizontal.
Finally, the program will now check if any of the winning conditions have been met. These conditions include filling an entire row, columns, or diagonals with zeros. Once these conditions have been met, then the system will print stating that the player has won and the game has ended.
Thank you to all the presenters for explaining the different aspects of the program. In conclusion, Final Bingo is a simple but fun game that demonstrates the use of arrays, random number generation, and user input in Java programming. We hope you enjoyed this presentation and feel free to try this program out for yourself. Bye!